Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Khadija. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by, and I hope that before you end this video you hit the subscribe button because it means so much to me and it's gonna help a lot of people find this video too, because I feel like the content that I'm gonna be letting out today is going to be a very important content that everybody needs to listen to. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to use this opportunity to thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It means so much to me, and yeah, thank you so much for sticking by. FYI, I'm actually filming this video 2 a.m. in the morning because I could not get the best atmosphere to shoot my video in the afternoon. It was just either somebody is making noise or children are playing outside or something was just distracting me, and I could not focus on making the video in the afternoon, so I'm making it 2 a.m. in the morning. What we do for content creating, I feel like I deserve a subscribe at least, and I deserve a like. I deserve it. Like, please like my video. Thank you so much. Anyway, without further ado, I'm just gonna jump right into the reason for today's video. In my last video, I told you guys that I was going to be posting poetry review every single time that I post a poem. So I posted a poem last Sunday, and I told you guys that I was going to post a review through the week. I didn't exactly say which day of the week, but I told you guys that I was gonna post a video through the week, which right now is the time to post the video. First of all, I would like to tell you guys that if you have not watched the video yet, I feel like you should watch the video, because everything will make more sense if you watch the video and then watch the review. I know that the review on its own is going to make a lot of sense, but I feel like you should watch the video, and if you like my poem, please just hit the like button. It's gonna help me so much. Thank you so much. And then yeah, because I wrote a lot of things down there so that I don't miss anything. I wrote everything. I want this video to be as organized as possible. I want it to be impactful, to have all the ingredients and all the content I need to explain my poem, which if you haven't watched, go and watch. The link is going to be in the description box. Just go hit the link and watch the video, and don't forget to like it. The poem is inspired by the phrase, age is just a number. Although there is a story behind why I wrote the poem, but the main phrase that inspired this poem is age is just a number, which I believe it is not. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys what happened that inspired me to write this poem and to post it for you guys to see. I have this friend. She's an entrepreneur and she runs a small business on her own, and she is working so hard. Like, she's very passionate about what she does, and because she's passionate about what she does, she works so hard for it. Like, sometimes it takes her working in the middle of the night, sometimes it takes her working when everybody is sleeping, and it doesn't matter to her. She works so much to make sure that her small business keeps getting better and better. But then some of her aunties were like, oh, you're too young to be going through this. You shouldn't be doing all this. You're not taking the responsibility of anybody. You're not settling anybody's school fees. You're not paying the house rent. You're not buying food stuff. You're not doing anything. I feel like you should not be stressing yourself this much. Well, when she told me the story, I was like, I hope you did not listen to them, because why would you listen to them? You're passionate about what you do, and it's not like it's getting you tired. You should keep going. You should keep going. Like, why would you listen to them? And she was like, yeah, she never actually listened to them. So this little story and the phrase age is just a number inspired this poem. So I have looked the meaning of age is just a number. The phrase, I have looked up the meaning on Google, and it says that this is an expression mainly referring to our mental state that should never be affected by our real age. In a matter of fact, it is used to let everybody know that regardless of their age, they should live life fully without living any regrets. This is the meaning. I truly subscribe to this meaning. I believe in this, that no matter how old you are, you're not too old to achieve certain things in your life. I believe so much in this. It doesn't matter whether you're old or young. It doesn't matter. As long as you keep pushing, it's gonna come one day, and it doesn't matter if it comes later or sooner. I feel like age is just a number in this aspect. But then what I noticed is that people actually use age is just a number as an excuse to not do things at the right time. I hope you stick by, because this is where the video is going to get more and more juicy. What I want you guys to understand is that age is part of life. It's inevitable. Aging is inevitable. It's not something that you can run away from. No matter how much cosmetic surgeries you're gonna have, like, you're gonna keep getting older and older and older every day. The more breath you take, the more older you get, and that is just the truth. There is nothing you can do about it. That is the truth. You keep getting older and older. Now, the phrase age is just a number is something that I don't believe in, mainly because I believe that age is something that comes with a lot of things. Age is something that comes with skills, like abilities. Age is something that comes with expectations. Age is something that comes with so much more. And I know that a lot of people say that, oh, because I'm this old and I haven't achieved certain things in my life doesn't mean that you should judge me. I understand totally what you mean. Like, we should not be judging people based off their age. But the thing is, no matter how much we say that we shouldn't do it, we're actually doing it. For example, you know somebody at 40 years old. At 40 years old, they don't have any job. They don't do anything for a living. They work by begging, and like literally they just have useless their life. And you'd be like, at 40 years old, he's supposed to have a wife, he's supposed to have children, he's supposed to have a job, he's supposed to take care of himself, he's supposed to at least have a control of his life, he's supposed to be responsible for these people in his life. But then he's not, which means that somehow we're judging the person. We're judging the person, and we're judging him because of his age. Because we know that this person is 40 years, and at this age, he should be able to achieve certain things in his life, but he's not achieving it, which is odd. And we're now judging him because of his age. If age is not just a number, then why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? The phrase has a positive and a negative meaning. And the main thing, if you look it up on Google, it's going to give you all the positive meaning, and you're going to feel like, yeah, age is just a number, or age is just a number. But the negative meaning comes in when you start feeling like, I don't need to do much because of how old I am. I can just wait. Things happen, and my time will come. It doesn't matter if my time comes when I'm 50 years old. It doesn't matter if I start by 50. It's better late than never. This phrase has caused people to give excuses for themselves, thinking that they always have tomorrow, when the thing is, they are not even promised tomorrow. Nobody is promised tomorrow. Nobody can tell you that, oh, I wake up today. I know we plan ahead, and it's good to be planning ahead. Don't get me wrong. It's good to be planning ahead. But the thing is, you wake up today and you do so much things, and you don't even know that you'll probably die tomorrow. You don't even know that you might not even reach the end of today. You are not promised tomorrow. Nobody can tell you that, oh, I know that I'm definitely gonna wake up tomorrow. We just wake up and alhamdulillah, like, thank God for every single day of our lives. Saying age is just a number makes people will just relax, chill, give themselves excuses, being like, oh, I don't need to try, I don't need to do too much. Age is just a number. It doesn't matter that I've come of age. It doesn't matter that I need to be doing this thing in my life. I don't need to do too much. Now let me tell you, spoiler alert, is whether you like it or not, people are gonna have expectations on you, whether you like it or not. And I know that it's definitely not forceful. It's not by force that you have to meet up with everybody's expectations. Like, you're gonna kill yourself in the process, but people are going to have expectations on you. I'm gonna give you another example. If you are a parent and you have a child of 2 years old, and you have another child of 30 years old, and another child of 15 years old, for example, the kind of expectations that you're going to have on these children of different ages is different. When the 2-year-old is quite young, you're gonna expect the 2 years old baby to know how to say, oh, I want to go to the toilet. You know, you are going to expect the baby to know how to communicate to you that they need to excuse themselves, they need to go to the toilet. And you're gonna expect them to know like how to catch a ball when you give it to them. When you throw a ball at them, you're gonna expect them to know how to catch the ball. And that's how it is. When the baby starts getting older, the thing is, the older expectations that you have on them gradually disappears, and then you have newer expectations, new version of expectation. Now when you take them into school, you expect that they read well, they pass their exams, they get into high school, they get into college, they get a degree, and they get a good job for themselves, they get married or have a family, be responsible, be family people, and you just expect so much from them. You know, sometimes it doesn't happen exactly how we want it. I mean, when we graduate school and you don't have the job, especially in Nigeria now that the job is very hard, undeniably. But then you graduate school. After graduation, you come home and your parents are there, they welcome you. And don't just think it's the end. They're gonna have a new version of expectation on you. And they think that at least even if you're not gonna get a job, even if the job is not under your control, you might not get the job, they expect that at least by this stage of your life, you should be able to do certain things for yourself. Maybe you should be able to start your own business. You should be able to learn a new skill. You should be able to do something tangible and good to your life. That's how it is. When you believe that age is just a number, you just be like, I don't need to stress much. And you go and you just stay back in your comfort zone where all you do is just eat food and watch TV and watch TV shows. You don't have anything important in your life doing, you don't have anything learning, you don't have any use that you're making to the society, to your family, or even to yourself. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Because of this phrase, we find ourselves sometimes postponing activities that we're supposed to be doing today. Now, we're supposed to be doing at the time, but we keep saying that, oh, I'm gonna start tomorrow, because we feel like it's just never too late. It's never too late. Sometimes it's too late, trust me, especially something that has to do with physical activities. Sometimes it gets too late. Sometimes when you're too old and your bones are frail, and it is too late for you. I'm sorry to say, it is too late when you haven't learned it when you're supposed to. Sometimes it gets too late. Sometimes it's not actually too late, but sometimes it does get late. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you an example with myself. When I wanted to start working out, I kept postponing it. I kept saying, okay, I'm gonna start tomorrow. I graduated college, I was done, I came back home, I was not prioritizing movement out at all. All I was doing was staying at home, eating food, watching TV, sleeping, and that was all. I was not doing any sort of movement. It just has to do with me coming out of the room, going to the kitchen, which is probably like 15 steps or so, 30 to go and come back. So that was all I was doing, and I started noticing so much difference, which I didn't like, and I wanted to change these things, and I decided that, okay, maybe I should start working out. I knew that working out is going to help me solve all of these problems, but when I wake up and I really want to work out, you know, and then I see this fantastic breakfast that my sister makes, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eat this, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start dieting, and tomorrow I'm gonna start being on a calorie deficit, tomorrow I'm gonna start working out, and I keep postponing it and keep postponing it. And you know, at times, I'm sorry to say, but sometimes you actually die postponing things that you were supposed to do on time. That's how bad it is. Sometimes you keep postponing things, you keep saying, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. It's never too late. It doesn't matter if I start at 30, it doesn't matter when you know you can actually start that thing at 20. If you start at 20, imagine where you're gonna be if you get to 30 years old. Just imagine where you're gonna be in 10 years time. It's gonna be a lot better. You're gonna have a lot of skills. You must have learned so much. When I wanted to start working out, I actually postponed it for 2 months. I was saying tomorrow, and tomorrow, a day after day. Days keep building up to weeks and months, and I spent 2 months, which I would have seen significant difference, which I would have seen, I would have lost weight, I would have seen so much that I wanted to see, but I kept postponing. Like, whose fault was it? It was my fault, and I was becoming my own problem. I am the problem, and I was the solution, but I didn't choose to be the solution at the time. I wanted to be the problem. Not that I wanted to be the problem. I was like thinking in my head that, okay, it's never too late. I can start tomorrow. I can start, and I postponed and postponed and postponed. Believe me, I wanted to start working out like 3 months ago, but I never actually did. Why? Because I was postponing, because I felt like it didn't matter, because I felt like I had tomorrow. I was promised tomorrow, and we're not promised tomorrow. I hope that I'm actually making sense with all of the things that I'm saying. I believe in my life that the sooner the better. The sooner you start something, the better it's gonna be. If you conceive the idea of learning a language today, don't keep postponing, because you don't actually know the difference that will be between today and in a week time. Like, the difference that will be between today and in a month time, how much you're gonna learn. Like, in a month time, you might be able to even start writing a sentence or speaking little phrases or little sentences. Like, you might start understanding what people are saying, even though you might not be able to return it, but you keep postponing it. That's just it. We believe we have so much time ahead of us, and we do whatever we wanted to. Your time is limited, and you don't even know when it's just gonna get cut off, and you're just gonna die like that, and you're gonna die with your dream. So much went to your grave, so much things that you had in your head that you wanted to do, but then you get buried with it. If you want to start an orphanage, start today. It's gonna benefit people. Don't die with the idea. Not even something that is gonna benefit other people out there. Even if it's gonna benefit you as an individual, your personal life and development, do it. Like, do it. Let me tell you something. At times you feel like you've been in your comfort zone, you're enjoying, you don't need to go out to the real world, you don't need to struggle, because maybe, for example, everything is done for you, you don't need to do much. But the thing is, being in your comfort zone, in my own definition, I believe that being in a comfort zone is becoming one's enemy. You are your own enemy. You don't want to go out, you don't want to do things that will develop yourself. And somehow, disclaimer, I forgot to say this in the beginning of the video, but disclaimer, this is strictly all my opinion. Like, this is what I think of the phrase age is just a number. I don't believe that age is just a number in a certain aspect, not completely. I just don't believe that people should be using it negatively, which is why I'm here to talk about it. Like, if you don't believe me, please by all means hold on to your own opinion. I'm not trying to say that this is what people are supposed to be doing, or this is what you're supposed to be doing. I'm just sharing with you guys what my opinion is. That's all it is. What was I saying? Honestly, I forgot.
Eventually.
Yeah, I remembered, thankfully. I'm not saying that it's actually a bad idea for you to compare yourself with others. But listen to me, and listen very well as I say this. Comparing yourself with other people is partially bad and partially good when used in the right way. The thing is, when you start something today, for example, I start learning a skill today, and I compare myself with someone that has been in that business for 20 years, for example, how are we ever going to be the same? I can never have the same experiences, the same learning, the same skills, the same abilities, the same endurance as them, because they spent a lot of time. So comparing yourself with people that are way more than you in something that you do is very harmful. I believe that you should focus on what you're doing at a time and learn, and just go at your own pace. Don't try to compete with anybody. But again, when you're not doing anything, for example, oh my god, I just keep giving an example. I feel like if I don't back things that I say with example, it's gonna be meaningless. So I keep giving an example. It's gonna make sense that way, which is why I want to talk about comparing yourself with someone in a good manner. And comparing yourself with someone in a good manner is like looking up to someone who you know that is your peer, like someone who you know that I can also do this, I can also achieve this, in fact I can be better, I know my abilities, I can be better than this. But then when you cage yourself, which I believe that staying in your comfort zone all the time is actually caging yourself, and just locking up your potential and your abilities inside a place and not bringing it out to the world, That's what I believe personally. If you put yourself in such a cage and you believe that it's okay for you, the day that you're gonna actually see someone that you know you can be better than, is gonna hurt you so much, and you're gonna wish, why am I actually doing this to myself? Why am I staying here? Why am I not chasing this thing? Why am I not doing this for my life? Why am I not trying to develop myself? You're just gonna feel like the problem was me, and I was my own biggest enemy. So ladies and gentlemen, this video, the whole purpose of this video, like I said in my poem, is to tell you that your time, the time that you've been postponing, stop postponing it. Your time starts now. This is when my time starts, and this is when your time starts. And you should stop making excuses for yourself because you think that you're not old enough, or because you think that you're not young enough. You are your age, and you also have expectations on yourself. Unless you want to be useless to yourself, you want to be useless to the society, you want to be useless to your family, I don't feel like you should keep postponing things. If you want to learn something, learn it today. You don't know where you're gonna be in the time that you're thinking you're probably gonna start. Where would you be if you started today? Where would you be? How much would you learn? How much would you have acquired? Where would you have been? How much opportunities would have come your way? So think about all these things and get on your feet, ladies and gentlemen, because like, there is nothing holding you back. I agree that there are some things that are out of your control. I agree that there's some things that no matter how much you want to achieve them, you can't, because it involves a third party. For example, looking for a job, you need an employer that is gonna employ you, and if you don't get that, you're never gonna get that job. You can actually start doing what you can do from where you are, wherever you are. You can start doing what you can do. If you want to be a fashion designer, you want to have a big fashion house, for example, it starts little. You don't just expect today to just have enough money to build a fashion house. You have to start from somewhere, and it doesn't matter when you start. Like, just start. The sooner the better. If you start today, you're going to be in a lot more better place in the next 1 year. So this is why I come to the end of my video. Guys, I know that this video is a very important video, and I know that so much that I've talked about, we are all guilty of it, including me that I'm talking. I am guilty of some of the things that I spoke about. But please, if you love this video, like my video, and I will see you in my next one.